The main reason why I have a problem with the whole elitism thing, or why I even say that is elitism, is that it's because it's prideful. Now, we see that Jesus teaches us not to be prideful, and the Bible teaches that a lot also. And here's a couple verses that I found that teaches that we should be humble and we should show humility when it comes to our beliefs, in a way. Take, for example, Proverbs chapter 11, verse 2. With pride, when pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. Now, how is that relevant at all? Well, it's simple. You see, them being so prideful and assuming that they're the only ones who really actually matter, actually ends up making them look like fools because they take things out of context. They twist the word to mean what they want it to mean. That's how we find that they get the idea of purgatory from Matthew... What was it? Matthew... Oh... It is chapter 5, verse 21 through 26. And it goes... Jesus is talking about the Beatitudes, I think that's how you say it. Beatitudes, that sounds like it's what it means. And in this one, he's talking about murder, and I'll show you what I'll read it to you. I'll read it to you right now. You have heard that it was said to the people long ago, do not murder, and anyone who murders will be subject to judgment. But I tell you that anyone who is angry with his brother will be subject to judgment as again. Anyone who says to his brother, Raka, is answerable to the Sanhedrin, but anyone who says, you fool, will be in danger of fire in hell, the fire of hell. Therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gifts there in front of the altar. First go and be reconciled to your brother, then come and offer your gift. Settle matters quickly with your adversary who is taking you to court. Do it while you are still with him on the way, or he may hand you over to the judge, and the judge may hand you over to the officer, and you may be thrown into prison. I tell you the truth, you will not get out until you have paid the last penny. Now, the whole reason why I brought that up is simple. It's because that passage isn't talking about purgatory. It is talking more about making up with your adversaries. It also says that murder is no worse than having a dispute with your brother. Automatically, that cancels out two things. One thing that the Catholics believe. They believe that all sin is not equal, and in reality, it really is. Because to God, if you steal a pencil, and if you kill someone, they're still a sin. It doesn't mean that it's less of a sin that you stole a pencil, but it's more of a sin that you kill somebody. The only reason why we think that is because in our heads, in this world, to take a life is so much more severe than to steal something from somebody. That's why we believe that the sins are not equal, when in reality they actually very much are. I just wanted to clear up the whole humility thing, because that is something that I didn't say in the last video at all, and I wanted to say that we need to be humble. And what I was saying earlier is that it makes them look stupid, the Catholic Church, it makes them look stupid because whenever they're prideful and they believe so highly of themselves and of the Catholic Church, it actually relieves a lot of room for error in their doctrine, or in what they preach. Because we see that if they are so focused on believing that they are the best, and I know not everybody believes this in the Catholic Church, I'm just saying that overall this is what people believe, is that if they are so focused on believing that they are the one true way to get to heaven, then they will only read the scriptures as if the scriptures say that. They will not have an unbiased opinion on what the scriptures say. They will only see what they want to see. They will only read what they want to see. And that's what makes what they teach so perverse, because they only see evidence for purgatory in that verse, in Matthew 5:26. They only see that. And that's not the case at all. Actually, like I said, it's talking about something completely different. It's not even talking about purgatory. And I have a video on purgatory that I'm gonna do later, and so I'm not gonna get too deep into that. But most of the time, the verses that they think mean something don't mean that, and we see that a lot. We see that there are many verses, many scriptures that say that they take and they make it to mean about purgatory. They had, in the New Testament, it said the exact same thing as Matthew 5:26 said about, surely you will not get out until you have paid the last penny. It said exactly the same thing. Now, it doesn't, and it was talking about roughly the same thing. It wasn't saying that, it wasn't mentioning anything about purgatory. Sure, you could take it figuratively and think, oh, okay, it's talking about purgatory. But that's not the case. You have to actually understand the context of the verse and know what the chapter is talking about to fully understand what that means. And I'm not going to say that I understand what they're talking about, because I've only read over it once. I haven't read over the entire chapter multiple times, and I'm sure if I did that, I would understand it. But I don't need to do that at this point. I'm going to for the other video, but for right now, I just wanted to bring that up real quick. Now, if you hadn't realized that whenever I was reading that, I was kind of like, I'm not a very good reader when it comes to reading out loud, because my mind reads faster than my mouth can, so my mind is ahead of my mouth, and then I get jumbled over words. But yeah, so that's about it then. I just wanted to bring up the pride and humility thing, because that's something that it makes them look kind of stupid. And I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to get my point across. And sometimes, it's the stupidest people that make the most sense. That's why I make these videos. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.